Bonjour! Now that we finished with the self-introduction, I would like to walk you through some French basic grammar concepts. Now, bon voyage uses these concepts in context from the very beginning, from chapter number 1. However, I just want to make sure that you understand these concepts and how to use them. For the purpose of explaining the grammar, I prefer to use this interactive online material. It's called Français Interactif. There we go. Right now we are on the home page of Français Interactif. I encourage you to use this resource together with Bon Voyage to complete your knowledge and to also practice more, since it has a lot of activities. Bon, Français Interactif, as you can see, has a chapter index and a French grammar index. For the purpose of today's basic concepts, I will click on the first chapter from Français Interactif, Bonjour, and it will take me on a page where you can see more categories, list of vocabulary that includes greetings, self-introduction, some classroom vocabulary, as well as the numbers from 1 to 69, and the grammar. As a parenthesis, I encourage you to go ahead and click on the vocabulary list. The audio material is embedded and is very helpful to check your pronunciation, right? So you can go ahead and prepare the greetings and review the presentations, self-introductions, and so on. Going to the grammar, today's first grammar basics is going to be the subject pronoun. Voila, and now we're on the subject pronoun page. The subject pronoun in French is pretty much like the subject pronoun in English, which means it has a distinct form for each subject. Okay? Je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, il, elle. There are some characteristics for the second person, singular, where we have two forms. Tu, the informal form, and vous, the polite form, the formal form, which is also the form of the plural subject pronoun, vous, you, y'all, more people. And masculine, in plural, we have distinct form for masculine and feminine, whereas in English we just have one form, they. In French language we have il for they masculine and elle for they feminine. Très bien. As you can see, Français Interactif breaks down and gives you very detailed explanation about these subject pronouns. You also have embedded audio material, which I encourage you to listen. And the part that I like the best is that at the end of the explanation, you have exercises. And after you fill in the exercises, you can check your answers, make sure you're on the right track and you got the answers correct. Right. Now, you can pause now and practice some more the subject pronouns, because going forward we will move to the auxiliary verb être, to be. As you know, the subject pronoun is very important and it's helpful when we want to conjugate a verb. Just like in English, if you want to say I am, you are, and so forth, you need to know the subject pronoun. So go ahead and practice some more. Très bien. Now we are on the page with the verb être, to be. Now the verb être is an auxiliary verb in French language, just like the verb avoir, for instance. What that means is that it helps create compound tenses like past conditional or passé composé in French, right? Bon, let's conjugate the verb être. Je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, on est. Nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. You can also listen to the conjugation of the verb as many times as you want, just to make sure that you got the right pronunciation. Also, every time you learn a verb, I encourage you to remember the past participle, which helps you with when you're learning compound tenses, right? Était. Bon, I'll stop now and give you some explanation regarding some of the phonetic events that are taking place when conjugating this verb. For instance, you heard me earlier saying il est, elle est, on est. In reality, when the French native speaker conjugates the verb être, he's not going to separate this in two distinct units. Il est, elle est, on est. We're just going to hear one unit because there is an event of enchaînement, right? Linking, when one sound falls into the other and they make it sound like one unit. So we're going to hear basically il est, elle est, on est. Il est, elle est, on est. Nous sommes, vous êtes. When I conjugate the verb in second person plural, you can hear a z between the subject pronoun and the verb être. Vous êtes. What that is basically a phonetic event called liaison linking, right? And that happens when the first word ends in S and the second word starts with a vowel, right? First word ends in S, the second word starts with vowel. In the case of vous êtes, you have vous ending in S and et starts with vowel, E. That doesn't happen in the case of ils sont, elles sont. Although il and elle end in S, sont doesn't start with vowel, but it starts with a consonant. Right. So, at the bottom of the explanation, you will find some more practice and exercises. I encourage you to do those, to practice as much as possible. Of course, you're gonna have to pause, probably right now, so you can practice some more with the verb être, so you can feel comfortable doing the exercises. And that's okay. I will move on to chapter 2, where there is the verb avoir, which I said it's another auxiliary verb and a basic of French language. Alors, the verb avoir, to have. J'ai, tu as, il a, elle a, on a. Nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. Okay? And also the past participle eu. Eu. Right. I'll have to explain a little bit regarding some graphic signs and some phonetic events. In the case of j'ai, you will see j'ai apostrophe. That sound, that comma at the top of je, is called apostrophe in French language. Of course, you learned that the subject pronoun for first form singular is going to be je. Now what happens in French language, E is a very weak vowel that falls most of the time when the following word starts with vowel. Okay, so instead of saying je ai, we're going to have j'ai. Tu as, il a, elle a, on a. Nous avons, again, we have an event called liaison, the linking. Nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. And again, at the end of the explanation, you have more practice.